Hey guys, vlog time, and you can probably tell by looking behind me that things have changed since the last vlog, much less the last video that I've done. So I figure go ahead and do a major update in terms of things and stuff. And plus, normally I try to get a vlog out within the first week of the month, or at least that's what I've been doing so far. Well, I looked back at that particular vlog video whenever I was editing it, and I was like, I've said some things that I really didn't feel comfortable saying, followed by things that I really need to stop saying in general, like the work situation and stuff. Like, I need to quit talking about that, you know. That is of a different subject, of a different time, and really, in all honesty, I'm doing a lot better than what I had been the past couple of months, where I've been like depressing, moody, and stuff like that. I'm just gonna push that out of the way. I'm just pushing that away from my side of things. It's like, that's my side. I don't need to address it any more than I have to, unless something big happens, like I end up quitting or I get fired from that job, in which case I will do a follow-up video of that, of course. But I'm not going to talk about work anymore. That is something that is of my thing, and that is something that I need to just keep away from. You know, it's just, you guys have enough to put up with as it is on your end. You don't need to hear anything else coming from my end, unless that's the type of thing you want to hear anyway. But I digress. With that being said, I also talked a little bit about my health. Got a little bit long-winded during that. Really, the short thing of it all is that I'm finally getting what I need in me in order to actually get through the days, finally. I'm actually feeling more rested up. I feel a lot better now, actually. It turned out I was very low on key vitamins, and that's what's helping me right now, is getting these key essential vitamins in order to keep going throughout my day and stuff. So far, overall, I'm doing a lot better. There are some cases of where sometimes I'm not streaming, but it's not happening as often as it has been. If nothing else, I'm gradually doing more and more streaming, thankfully. The only key difference is if, like, say for example, at this point in time right now, it's fixing to be the hay season of the day, you know, hay fever, allergies and stuff like that. So seasonal allergies, it's gonna kick in. So there'll be times that I'm not gonna be able to do anything because I feel like bleh, you know. So if something like that happens, it's mostly due to allergies, so it's nothing majorly severe at this point. So at this point right now, in terms of health, I'm okay at the moment. I'm still roughly around 275 in terms of weight. I need to try to get a better hold of my weight, but the good thing is that despite how terrible I've been doing in terms of weight management, I haven't really gained it massively back. If nothing else, I have kept it within that low range of 275 to 271-ish. So far I'm doing really good on weight management. It is, after all, on the slow decline, but hopefully I can get a better hold of it to where I can actually start losing a little bit more weight. So that would be good. Now on to the main thing, obviously the setup here. Technically I've streamed a couple of streams since then, and a lot of you guys, my normal everyday people that I talk to and stuff, had noticed it. But for those that don't know, I decided to go ahead and rearrange my bedroom for 3 essential reasons. Reason number 1. Obviously this will be my 3rd year. I'm fixing to go into my 3rd year of living in the apartment. So it's like one of those things where it's like, been here for 2 years, looked around this place, and it's like, you know what, I like to have a little change, you know, a little bit of a flip-flop of some kind, even if it means just flipping things around and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and put up a quick little thing here for you just to see how it looks. And needless to say, at the end of the day, I like how it looks. I really do like the overall fixated place and everything like that. It looks great, in my personal opinion. I think I couldn't have done it any better than what I've got right now. And it's a nice change, what it is. It's a very nice change. It's a nice change for how I am. It's a nice change for what I needed it to be. And it's a nice change for what it's going to be probably in the future, you know. The second reason is flowation of air flow. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, obviously, where this computer desk is at right now, in fact, literally a foot away from where I'm sitting at, is the air vent. And the problem with where the bed was, because this is technically where the bed was originally, it was covering the air vent, or heat vent, depending on what season it is. It covers up the vent anyway. During the winter month isn't bad, because I usually cover it up anyway, because I got enough electronics to heat up this bedroom as it is. So I don't really need anything to circulate heat, so therefore I just cover up the heat vent anyway. However though, during the summer months, that's a different story. Meaning that it tends to get hot and sweaty in here, and it gets to be miserable during the times that I'm streaming. So I decided to rearrange the bedroom to where my computer desk and my TV and everything like that is on this side of the bedroom, and the bed is actually on the opposite side. And there's actually some good things come out of this. One of them is the fact that because I've moved my work desk and everything on this side of the room, I get a lot more air. Like, besides the fact that I'm right next to it, I feel a lot more cooler. So now I don't have to worry about sweating my freaking butt off and needing air, because instead I'm right next to it. So it's a lot more comfortable now, thankfully. So it's helped out tremendously. The other thing is that I needed to get my bed into a different position anyway, and I was going to have to change the bed, because if I did it any other way, it would have been literally on top of the air vent. Not just a gap or anything like that, it would be literally touching the air vent. Now, it wouldn't be a problem except for during the winter months where we have the heat on, and well, I don't feel comfortable having that on top of a heat vent that heats up over time. Like that iron, well, it's not really iron, it's flimsy metal, whatever material it is. It would eventually heat up, and I would be afraid that it would combust something, you know. You don't want that. We don't want that, period. So I decided to switch it out and everything like that to where that way it wouldn't be a problem. The third main reason why I rearranged the bedroom is that Grover, little Grover, you know him, the little cute little fuzzball, he sleeps in my bedroom mostly. The reason why he sleeps in my bedroom mostly because of the fact that Delmar has trouble sleeping whenever Grover's in his room. And so Daniel decided, well, let him sleep in my bedroom, and I was like, that's fine. So I decided to rearrange the bedroom to where it would be a Grover safe zone for him. And it kind of is. There's still like a few little nooks and crannies that I need to fix along the way. But with that being said, aside from that, everything else is actually spot on perfect. Like, everything is what it needed to be. It's perfect, and I don't have to worry about Grover getting tangled up with wires or getting to a point where he'll end up wanting to chew wires and stuff. Thankfully, that has not happened. He does try to get into, however, with some of my other stuff, so I need to try to get him weaned from doing that. He's got some of his toys up here. There's no reason he should be messing with anything else aside from his stuff. Now, I'm trying to get him to where he can hop onto my bed. I removed the bed frame to where the bed didn't set so high up, and now it sets low enough to where Grover should be able to hop on it. It's just Grover's still a little nervous because of the fact that, you know, he's not used to jumping off the bed itself. So the bed sits way lower than it had been, but Grover's still a little finicky. But with that being said, if he just stays on the bed, I think that would be fine nonetheless. So that's what's going on around here, and so far my bedroom looks incredible. There is one small thing that I do want to do, but that's kind of a small update thing that I'll do within the next couple of months, so that's not a big issue right now. Now let's go ahead and talk about streaming, you know, let's talk about streaming, let's talk about YouTube, let's talk about the main things that my content is known for and stuff. So let's talk about the Twitch side of things. Recently, I finally beaten Final Fantasy 13. So now, the finale of the Let's Play series videos that I will be doing, that's basically it. You know, from here on out is mostly going to be Twitch highlight reels. There will be, however, times that I may change my mind. It's hard to say right now, but I feel like I want to do less Let's Plays and more of just Twitch highlight reels. I feel like that's what I want to do right now for the channel in general, just because obviously I'm going to be streaming on Twitch, and there's no real reason to have one channel have all of my Twitch stream logs and stuff like that. Instead, Twitch will be obviously where I do the majority of my Let's Plays and stuff, where I do interaction with other people and everything of that nature, and then YouTube in general is where I do actual content creation. So I feel like if I do it that way, I feel like I have more to give out, so to speak. So now that we've got Final Fantasy 13 out of the way, now record is going to be a little bit different from here on out. Mostly looking towards Final Fantasy 15 because I haven't played 15 since episode Ignis. So in other words, I hadn't touched the Royal Edition parts of the update yet, and I definitely haven't played through episode Agna. So right there would tell you how much is still left to be played on my end. So there's going to be a somewhat Let's Play type thing, mostly looking towards episode Agna update and the Royal Edition stuff, like the ending area of Insomnia whenever you go to the final chapter. So those will be add-ons, I suppose you could say, for the Let's Play of Final Fantasy 15. But after that, that's it. There's no more Let's Play that's going to be uploaded. Instead, they're just going to be mostly Twitch highlight reels. And that's how I feel like it needs to be, because for YouTube's sake, I need to try to do better at trying to get more and more subscribers. It's no longer about views in general. It's about trying to get more subscribers. And if my channel is more attracting to the eye, I suppose you could say, of like variety, that people be like, oh, he's playing this game or he's playing that game and stuff like that, you know, it would mean that they would be more willing to subscribe to the channel and stuff. And I'm not really forceful when it comes to like, hey, subscribe to my channel, or hey, like, follow, whatever, and stuff like that. I'm not that way, you know. It's like, it's one thing. If you like what I make, you're more than welcome to follow me or subscribe to my channel and stuff. You know, that's a freedom of choice right there. I don't feel like I should be forcing people to, hey, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell because YouTube doesn't know how to do their own crap. It's like, no, that's a freedom of choice, you know. I shouldn't have to scarf it down your throat, you know, and I don't want to, you know. That's not what I do. I want this to be a casual thing, you know. That's just how it is. So, with that being said, that's kind of what I do. Another thing, the reason why I want to do mostly Twitch highlight reels looking forward, is because I don't know if anyone else has went through this when it comes to like doing Twitch and stuff, but I've been getting a lot more like advertiser type people showing up to the streams. This only happened twice. One of them was a semi-bad experience for me because he was kind of like typing in like edgy, risque type comments and stuff like that. It was more like telling like some kind of weird, stupid murder story or something like that. And I'm like, dude, stop what you're doing. This is not what it needs to be. Whatever you're doing, just stop. And he was kind enough to stop. Thankfully, I haven't seen him since then. But still, I felt like that was stupid. That was like, why did he even bother if I wasn't that type of person who wanted that, you know? So it's like, I need to fix up rules. That's my fault. I need to fix up rules designated towards my channel and be like, hey, these are the set guidelines that you have to follow. If you don't follow them, I'm going to ban you. And that's what I need to do. I have failed technically in that regard. You know, record, I thought to myself, I won't do any major changes until I get like a large following. But who's to say when that's gonna happen? It could happen at any moment in time. I mean, record, I've only got like 102 subscribers. And in terms of followers on Twitch, I've got like 39. And that's a low-end number when you think about it. But I need to get it together now. I need to finally build a foundation. You know, I've been concentrating on getting people to recognize that I exist. but I haven't got a place for people to be like, okay, this is a nice place to be around in and stuff like that. I need to build it better, you know, and that's what I need to do for YouTube side of things, and that's what I need to do for the side of Twitch side of things. So that's my fault. I need to do better at that. As for the YouTube side of things, YouTube in general, that's another thing why I'm doing Twitch highlight reels, is because there's stupid copyright claims. It's not copyright strikes, so in other words, it's not a major issue. But these stupid copyright claims, you know, the whole like, you have some particular music that is attached to this video, we're going to copyright claim it, you're not getting a strike, you can still have the video showing it, but you can't monetize it. And not to say that I'm complaining about the fact that it's not being monetized, because my channel isn't going to be monetized at all. I feel like that's probably the safer way for me to do things, in my personal opinion. It's not guaranteed, but to me I feel like it's safer. But it's stupid that there's so many people who own these obscure pieces, tracks and stuff like that. I'm not even sure if they're even official. I started to realize this more and more whenever I was playing through the Final Fantasy series. And the weird thing is this, is that there's been like a couple times where it technically goes to a copyright claim that doesn't fit. And for people that's asking, have you tried filing in a dispute and stuff like that? I have, but nothing's responded. As far as I know, YouTube just doesn't care. And that's just what it is. They don't care at all. So it's like, it doesn't matter at this point. I just don't care about what YouTube does unless it ends up shutting itself down, in which case I would have to worry. But because it's still standing, surprisingly, I'm just going to not worry about trying to do anything in terms of the YouTube side of things, other than trying to get more and more people noticing the channel and stuff. I would like to more or less do more Twitch side of things, which is slowly becoming a realization, but I need to concentrate more on the YouTube side of things, and that way, because doing Twitch the way I'm doing it right now will get there eventually. The YouTube side of things, however, I need to get better at. So overall, basically, there's going to be a major maintenance type thing that I need to do, looking forward to fixing things and stuff like that. And the only way I can do that is if I start working on them ASAP. How well it's going to happen, I don't know. But there's also another thing that happened, and this is an actual advertiser type thing. This isn't like, oh hey, he did something he shouldn't have said. No, this is actual advertiser guy. Now, I'm sure you've heard of these people who make emotes, banners and stuff for different Twitch streamers and stuff. Well, they're trying to get more and more people to go to these types of groups that custom make stuff. You know, because obviously, as like the people that they are, they have to make a living somehow. So they have to like get commissions and stuff from different Twitch streamers and everything. And that's understandable. That's completely fine. I understand that. And I can understand why you have to go to different types of Twitch streams in order to get your business running and stuff. But it gets so irritating. It does. It's one of the things where it's like, why even bother when... Okay, I don't want to insult anyone. I don't want to insult anyone. But let me point it to you in a direction that I look at. Don't you feel more rewarding if you are able to do it yourself? Like, everything in general, there is, however, like 2 types of contents that technically is not strictly mine. But for the most part, everything else is stuff that I have done. I was the one who put together the YouTube and Twitch channels themselves. I'm the one who's streaming and uploading videos. I'm the one that's editing the videos that gets uploaded and stuff. And to some degree, I'm the one who makes the thumbnail pics. I say to some degree because, like for example, the Kingdom Hearts Let's Plays where it has me and Delmar in it. The thumbnail pic in particular, the character models, Fancy Cuff has done that. He drew me and Delmar. So in other words, that credit goes to him. And Fancy Cuff, if you're listening to this video, hey, what's up? If there was anybody that I would have to do like custom art or stuff involving the channel and everything like that, I would go to him rather than anybody else, because I like his work, I like his style, and to me it works well. So it's like, if I can't draw, I know someone who technically can, and I would go to Fancy Cuff rather than I would anyone else. Not to say that no one else can do it, I just know Fancy Cuff would do a better job than what I could do. You know, he has a better vision compared to what I've got. Or rather, he's got better knowledge of how to draw than what I can. You know, I can do sketch drawing, but I can't do like an actual draw type thing, you know. But it's like, you know, I would have him be the guy that I would go to do all of my emotes, my banners, stuff like that. You know, I would go to him first. Anyone else, I would be like, I can probably do it myself. In fact, that's how I've done everything else. I've done it by myself. Is it perfect? No. Admittedly, it's not. But it's a lot better than what I thought it would look. Like, in some cases, I thought that it would look janky, but to some degree, it's not as bad as what I thought it would be. It does need to be perfected, admittedly, but it's not as bad as what you think. So it's one of those things where it's like, take what you got and then just roll with it, you know? That's one of those type of things. But in terms of other things, like for example YouTube, the PlayStation Legacy series is looking pretty good. The first one I did was Dark Cloud, and that one was well received, actually. Like, record at most, it's got like 8 views and 1 like, but for what I normally put out for as soon as it comes out, I was surprised as to how many people watched it. You know, I'm sure it was mostly because it's the first video, but it's like, I want it to be more about what it stands for, you know, PlayStation 2 Legacy. In short, what it is that it's a video series that I can make on the fly. You know, it's easy to make, it's something that I enjoy. I enjoy playing through these games. I don't do well writing scripts. So it's like, instead of doing a script type style of video, I would rather do like on the fly of like commentary, looking at the game, viewing it, seeing everything and stuff like that, and kind of giving my personal thoughts and opinions about them and stuff like that. That's what this is technically. And another thing too is that it's kind of a clickbaity series without it being actually clickbaity. You know, Gerard the Completionist says it better. You have to view YouTube like it's a search engine. And he's not completely wrong. He's actually more right than he needs to be on that note. You know, if you go on YouTube, what are the chances of what you're going to be looking up? Not so much of who you're subscribed to and stuff, but what videos are you going to look up in general? You know, you're going to look something informational and stuff like that. So, if you're a game collector, let's say, you're a game collector, what would you do in order to get a view of, like, what the gameplay is going to look like? You're not going to look up an image, because that's not going to tell you anything. You're going to look up a video. And more than likely, you're going to go on YouTube. That's kind of what this series is for, is to get people more knowledge as to like what the gameplay element is like and stuff. And if they like the gameplay, chances are they're going to look into it and want to play it, you know. And that's kind of like what this series is for, is to basically boost up the gaming, I don't know what to say at that point. It's like, I had something, and now it's lost. I guess what I'm trying to say is that it has a better chance of finding my channel than anything else, so there you go on that one. Looking forward in terms of more games that are going to be streamed on Twitch. Back to going to Twitch again. I guess after Final Fantasy 15, we're going to move on to other games in general. Technically speaking, there's like 4 main games that I'm wanting to play, depending on their releases, of course. Maybe even 5. We'll see how things go. After 15, I definitely want to play through a series known as Ni no Kuni. Technically, the first one came out for PlayStation 3, but it's going to get an HD re-release on the PlayStation 4. So I'm definitely going to be getting that one and play through that first. I do want to play through, however, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. I've been wanting to play that for a long ass time, and you know what? It's about time we get into it finally. So I think after I play through Ni no Kuni and the Wrath of the White Witch, we'll play through Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, And then after that, we'll go into Ni no Kuni 2, and then we can go to another long-awaited game that I've been wanting to play, and that is, of course, Metal Wolf Chaos XD. And then after that, whatever else I've got lined up technically, which at this point would be Code Vein, because I'm way behind on a bunch of games. I know that. I am way behind on a bunch, but that's okay. We will do what we can. We will try to catch up on some of these games, and we'll do what we can. So, that's going to be it for this vlog video. This actually is a lot better than how I did last time. Last time I seemed to yammer on longer than I should have, but this one turned out better. So, hopefully you guys enjoy the vlog videos. Let me know in the comments below, what are you looking forward to, most looking forward with these changes and stuff. Which one do you prefer more? Which one do you prefer less? Either way, let me know in the comments below, and I shall see you in the next video. Take care, guys.